What a win. What a win. What a win. What a win. Get in. Come on. Oh, I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. Don't get me wrong. I expected to win today. I was confident Liverpool would get the win. But we still needed a big performance. We still needed a good performance. Bournemouth are a very good team right now. And look, let's just say it how it is. That's a Bournemouth team this season who have beaten Arsenal at home, who have beaten City at home. But that's the difference. That's why we are the best team in this league. We go there, we get the 3 points, and we get a clean sheet. And look, massive respect to Bournemouth. I really like them. Anybody that's been following me for a while knows that and knows how much respect I have for both them and Iraola. I think Iraola is one of the best managers in this league, and they're only going to go from strength to strength over the next few seasons and years. But I've seen so much before the game, so many people saying, oh, Liverpool should be scared or fearful or wary of Bournemouth's threat. And I was honestly baffled by it, because Liverpool are the best team in this league. If we play well, we win. It's as simple as that. And I even seen so many Liverpool fans talking about this game like that. And I just think it was crazy to see. And it's crazy to see. Because Liverpool do not fear anybody this season. And Liverpool should not fear anybody this season. Look at what we have done. Look at what we have achieved to right now. The only team that other teams should fear is Liverpool. It's as simple as that. Today was great. Today was great. And look, we got a little bit of luck with the Clivert miss in the second half, but in these games you make your own luck, you know? And sometimes you need a little bit of luck in these bigger games to get over the line and get the 3 points. And I say you make your own luck because Liverpool were the much better team today for the majority. Absolutely. We were controlled, we were dominant, we were professional, we were good all over the pitch, and we fully deserved the 3 points. Mohamed Salah, FSG, please just give him whatever he wants. I can't imagine him not being at the club next season. Another big game today, and another game where he gets 2 goals to help us to an enormous 3 points. But not just to touch on one player, because there were so many good performances all over the pitch today. And let's get into it. I'm absolutely buzzing. These are my Liverpool player ratings for today's 2-0 win against Bournemouth in the Premier League at the Vitality Stadium. The goalkeeper, Alisson Becker, absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, in the first half, had to make a couple of saves, but, you know, they weren't difficult saves as such. Semenyo hit the post, which Alisson couldn't have done anything about. But the second half, huge save from Semenyo at 1-0 down. And another big save late on in the game to keep his clean sheet. And then second half, Gravenberch nearly scored an own goal. Alisson makes a fantastic quick reaction stop to keep his clean sheet. Whenever properly called upon today, as per usual, absolutely fantastic. The best goalkeeper in the world. Fact, 8.5, Alisson. Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Not his best day. I felt in the first half he was okay going forward. Had a couple of moments, couple of deliveries into the box that weren't bad. Liverpool maybe could have done better with. But defensively, and I kind of felt today, obviously Semenyo being Bournemouth's best player probably, I kind of felt he might struggle, and he did. It's fair to say Semenyo certainly got the better of Trent while Trent was on the pitch. Obviously Trent ended up going off with what looked like a hamstring strain or something like that early-ish on, and enough in the second half. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Hopefully he's not out for long. Thankfully we have a fantastic replacement in Bradley for when he does ever get injured, but not his best day. Okay going forward. Defensively, probably I would say a lot to be desired. Trent, I'm going to say 5. Ibu Kanate, our 2 centre halves, as always, I think today were very, very good. I think Kanate was excellent first half. He was called upon quite often. centrally. Thought he did a good job, him and Van Dijk, up against Ouattara, who can be a handful. I think apart from maybe one moment in the game, he had a bit of space in the box, Ouattara, but apart from that, Canade and Van Dijk both did a really good job on him. In the second half, obviously, Kluivert had that kind of bit of a chance. Well, it was a decent enough chance, really, inside the box, and Ibu made a great block. Look, I think maybe his passing today at times wasn't the best, gave the ball away a couple of times, but overall, defensively, a very good performance. Ibu, I'm going to say 7.5. Virgil van Dijk, much like Ibu, very, very, very solid. He always is. I mean, it doesn't matter in terms of Van Dijk's individual performance. If Liverpool don't play well as a team, Van Dijk is always good. He's just one guy that just never has a bad game. He's unbelievable, and we all know that. And ultimately, he's certainly in the running for our player of the year. Another absolutely incredible season. I think he's hit like a second prime in his 30s. And yeah, I mean, today he was just really, really, really good. He had a couple of good passes. He was great in the air, as ever. And as I said earlier with Kanate, they both, whenever called upon centrally, especially defending Ouattara, did a very good job. I think Van Dijk was slightly better even than Ibu today. I'm going to say 8. Andy Robertson, a lot of people were not happy that he was starting today. A lot of people were saying they would have preferred to see Tsimikas start. And I wouldn't say that I was unhappy to see him start, but I would say I would have been one of those people who preferred Costa Tsimikas to start. I just feel what we've seen over the last while, Tsimikas adds more. But I think Robbo was really good today. I honestly do. I think defensively he was pretty solid. He had a couple of good moments throughout that game going forward. He had one delivery into the box, which nearly created a goal for Liverpool. I think that was in the first half. But I thought he was good up and down the pitch. Honestly, I thought it was a solid performance from Robbo today. I've seen a couple of ratings already from the game, and people rated him a bit lower. So I'm surprised, because I thought that was a good standard Andy Robertson performance. And I am going to say 8 out of 10. Onto the midfield, Ryan Gravenberch. He's just so good. He's just so good. I said during my stream, I mean, look, we all know that at this stage, but I said during my stream, I mean, he could have the ball in midfield with like 5 players surrounding him, but he'll always come out with the ball. He's just incredible. His rise this season has just been absolutely beautiful to witness. I mean, I think there's nobody better on the ball for Liverpool than Ryan Gravenberch. He's strong, he's athletic, he's good with both feet. And today I thought first half he was good, but second half really when we needed him, really when we needed him to break up play, to intercept the ball, to advance us up the pitch when Bournemouth were pushing us back. Excellent. Honestly, really, really, really good. I'm going to say Ryan Gravenberch, 8.5 out of 10. Alexis McAllister, solid. Not as good as Ryan Gravenberch, I would say, but a couple of good interceptions. First half, I thought his passing was pretty decent. Got into a couple of decent areas, had a couple of shots blocked. Obviously, he went off in the second half. Bournemouth fans were looking for him to get a second yellow, which was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that it was never a second yellow card. But he did obviously get booked, which I even thought was a little bit harsh in the first place. It was a yellow, but it was a little bit harsh considering the consistency or the inconsistency of the ref from similar challenges from Bournemouth players in the game which weren't booked. But I thought he was decent. I thought he didn't really put a foot wrong today, Alexis, and I think he deserves a 7. Dominic Szoboszlai, not his best. I thought he was good in midfield for the large part. You know, his engine is fantastic. He's so important for Liverpool in that team. And look, he got himself into a number of good positions first half and didn't really do well with them. A couple of chances for shots, which didn't go very well. A couple of good positions in the box that he took up that he didn't really make the best out of. Not great, not great. In terms of the quality that he usually possesses, we didn't really see that today, especially in advanced areas. But I thought, in terms of keeping the ball, in terms of his passing largely, advancing the play, and kind of keeping Liverpool attacks going, he was okay. I'm going to say 6. Mohamed Salah, what can you say? What can you say? He's the best player in the world. He's the best player in the world. And what I hate so much is that he gets criticism whenever he has a bad game. He had a couple of bad games in around the New Year, and they were like his first couple of bad games of the entire season. And you see so much criticism. You see so many people talking crap despite the unbelievable season that he's having. And he just answers those critics. He just shuts those critics up today with an absolutely superb performance. Obviously gets the chance from the penalty, first of all, which he slotted away absolutely brilliantly. And look, he wore down Kirkes and Huijsen throughout that game, who were two good defenders. He just wore them down. He was a threat constantly. He constantly had the ball down that right-hand side. And then for the second goal, it's a pure Mohamed Salah goal. It's an absolutely world-class goal. And he obviously got the ball via a very good pass from Curtis Jones, but the finish is all Mohamed Salah. And that's just what you get with Mohamed Salah. Absolutely top quality and the best player on the pitch today. Absolutely, no doubt. I'm going to say Mohamed Salah gets a 9.5 out of 10. Cody Gakpo, far from his best game, I would say. Maybe a little bit tired from all the football lately. Obviously, he was the only one of these starters who actually started or actually played during the week against PSV. But look, good run in behind for the penalty. I kept looking at replays and was wondering whether that was a penalty or not, but I think the fact that Cook, who made the challenge, didn't protest and the Bournemouth players barely protested, then I think it had to have been a penalty. And if you look from the angle behind, there is clear contact on, I think, Gakpo's left leg. But apart from that, quiet. He huffed and he puffed down the left-hand side. He tried his best. Liverpool played a lot more down the right-hand side after a while. I think just looked to kind of exploit that side for whatever reason. But won the penalty, and ultimately that is a very important contribution to today's result. But not as best. Quality was lacking in certain moments. But okay, 6. Luis Diaz, very, very, very good. I've seen some people saying before the game that they were hoping Slot was going to opt for Nunez or Jota today. And I was really happy Slot went with Diaz. I think, look, obviously Slot knows his best front three, and his best front three is the front three that played today. Ultimately, Luis Diaz, when he comes up against teams who give you more space, teams like Bournemouth, who will take you on more and leave space in behind and leave space in the wide areas, you will see the best of Luis Diaz. I thought his hold-up play today was excellent. He took good positions for the vast majority of our attacks. He always gives 110% effort. Obviously, wherever Slot plays him, Diaz's performance doesn't change. I mean, he always shows that kind of endurance and that quality that he brings. He was on the left wing there for the last 20 minutes or so, and he did a great job there too. Very, very good. Very, very good. He didn't have really a hand in the 2 goals, but other than that, between on the ball and off the ball, I thought he was so important today. Luis Diaz, 8 out of 10. On to the subs. Curtis Jones. Excellent. Really, really, really good. I mean, comes on in that game. Liverpool are 1-0 up, and he makes a huge difference. I mean, that pass for Salah's second goal was just perfect. Absolutely perfect. He put it in an area where we know Salah is at his absolute brilliant best. And I thought he was very, very good overall, just even apart from that moment. Very physical. He won the ball back on a number of occasions. I thought his passing was good. He held the ball up really, really well. Very, very happy. An excellent cameo. And we know how good Curtis Jones can be when he's good. And when he came on today, we certainly seen that version of Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones, 8. Darwin Núñez came on, had one chance laid on in the game. I'm not sure if he was trying to head it across to Salah or actually head it at goal. I mean, I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't head it at goal when he was in the position that he was in. But look, he put himself around, put himself into a couple of good positions. He threw himself into a couple of tackles, which you love to see. He always gives 110% effort. I felt he was suited to a game like that today, the last 20 minutes or so when he came on. I'm going to say 6. Conor Bradley came on in a difficult part of the game. 30 odd minutes left. Bournemouth were in the ascendancy, especially the early parts of that first half. But I thought he was very, very, very good. Defended very, very, very well. It didn't really put a foot wrong. I mean, Semenyo was a constant danger, and I felt he dealt with him better than Trent. Semenyo still got in behind once or twice and had a couple of moments, but there wasn't really much Bradley could do about that. I thought he was good going forward as well, played a part in some very, very good attacks. And look, obviously Trent is an unbelievable footballer, but we are so lucky to have such a fantastic replacement in Conor Bradley. He is so good. He's such a beautiful all-round footballer, and he showed yet again his worth to this team in those last few minutes today. Conor Bradley, I'm going to say 8 out of 10. And finally, in terms of the players, Wataru Endo came on the last few minutes, had a couple of touches. Game was pretty much over, even though there was 5 minutes added on. I think he came on 87th, 88th minute. Just threw himself around. We love Endo for coming in and helping us lock games down. Endo, I'll say 6. And the manager, Arne Slot. I was saying in my stream earlier, after the second goal, an absolute Slot masterclass. And that's what today was. And it wasn't even just the performance today. Of course, he picked the right team. His subs, as always, made a huge difference. The timing of the subs made a huge difference. You see him with the likes of Jones. Trent had to go off, but obviously Bradley being huge in that game for the last 30 odd minutes too. But not even just today. Midweek, he could have easily put out a very strong Liverpool team against PSV in midweek and said, okay, we'll wrap up the league phase and win the league phase. But he didn't do that. Obviously, we still won the league phase, thankfully, which I think we obviously completely deserve. But he chose to rest all his big players. And today, you could see that freshness. You could see Liverpool were just at their best today. And that's hugely down to this brilliant manager that we have, how he manages these players, how he manages their minutes, their fitness, everything. I absolutely love him. Arne Slot gets a 10 out of 10. Anyway, that is my Liverpool player ratings for today's fantastic 2-0 win up against Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. I'm still absolutely buzzing. I'm going to be buzzing about this one for a while. Obviously, next up, we have Spurs at home in the Carabao Cup. Then after that, we have the FA Cup. So, just take each game as it comes. Back in Premier League action, of course, then after Plymouth in that big game in hand against Everton, the Merseyside derby at Goodison. But we'll think about all those games and look at all those games when they come. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a like. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Much love for all of your support. Days like today when Liverpool get a big win and put in a really good performance, make it even more worthwhile. Up the Reds. We're winning this league, and I'll see you in the next one.